Hello and welcome to another Sprues and Brews unboxing. Today we are looking at the Land Raider Proteus for Warhammer The Horus Heresy. So first of all, I want to say massive thanks to Games Workshop for sending us a free early review copy to have a look at and unbox on the site. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. The classic Land Raider from Rogue Trader era is one of the most distinctive kind of vehicles and has a lot of nostalgia for me. Now if you got into the hobby a little bit later and you're used to the more current Land Raider kit, this box may not quite have the same nostalgia effect on you, but for me it's one of the first tanks that I picked up for Warhammer 40,000, the classic one, and this amazingly recreates that old tank but in a modern style. Forge World previously did a resin kit for this, which I bought for my Sons of Horus. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing what this is like. It actually builds two variants. You've got the kind of standard kind of carrier version, and then you've got the exploratory version as well, which doesn't have that ram at the front. I'm probably going to build it this way because this is the way the classic model looked, and at the end of the day I go for rule of cool. So yeah, in the video what we'll do is have a look at the sprues, have a look at the instructions, see how it all goes together, and then hopefully at the end of the video I have this built and painted. It's come a little bit later than it normally does. I will at least have it built, but I'm hoping to have some paint on it to show it off at the end, and what I will absolutely do at the end is show it off against the resin Land Raider Proteus as well, and just do a bit of a side-by-side comparison and see how big it is. I've got a feeling this is probably going to be pretty much spot on side-wise. The Spartan was pretty much. I'm also intrigued to see how this kit goes together. I suspect a lot of the frames from the Spartan will be in this kit, and then there'll be additional frames that make up the Proteus variant. So yeah, without further ado, should we crack this open and have a look inside? So yeah, the Horus Heresy releases have been coming thick and fast. We obviously knew that a lot of the kind of resin range was going and being replaced with plastic kits, but I don't think any of us expected quite how quickly they'd be coming out with the Land Raider Proteus. We've got the Predator, which is also up on the site today. Yeah, it's interesting to see what the next kind of like wave of releases are going to be. I think that's a pretty exciting time for the hobby. But yeah, the kit itself, already I can see a lot of sprues that we've seen before in the past. We've got the kind of universal sponson sprue for the Land Raider. We've seen this on the Spartan kit. So again, makes sense that they've got these same kind of like universal frames for it. Like I say, I imagine the most of this kit will be very similar to that the Spartan. We've also got the universal upgrade sprue with all the various kind of hatches and pintle mounted weapons and all that kind of stuff that we have seen before. So in here we have got, let's see, that is Land Raider sprue, and we've got the Proteus sprue. Okay, so like I say, the bulk of the kit is built from those same Land Raider sprues that we saw in the Spartan. It's quite a clever thing that Games Workshop have done by making, obviously at the end of the day they're all Land Raider variants, so by having these sprues kind of interchangeable, they've made it quite easy to kind of put out a different box with the other variants. So we've got that one, and we've got the same track sprue that we had for the Land Raider 2. So where things get a little different is the unique Proteus sprue. So this works very much the same way as it did for the Spartan, by giving you kind of like unique centre parts and kind of the main hull itself that the other bits stick around. It's a really clever way of putting it together, and I'm looking forward to building it and see how it builds. Obviously we know it builds the two variants as well, so you've got the ramp somewhere that will appear on the kind of the transport version and not the exploratory version. But before we look at it assembled, we'll just have a quick look at the instructions and see just how it goes together. So if we take a look at this, Land Raider Proteus. So again, a lot of this will be very familiar to people who've built the Spartan 2. Essentially the Spartan's just got like an elongated kind of centre part and a bigger kind of like chassis in the centre of it. A lot of the actual kind of surrounds of it are exactly the same and were built in the same way. I think the Spartan came with some additional track pieces because it's a little bit longer, where there's a little more squat, the Proteus. Other than that, this looks a fairly simple build. So if you've built the Spartan, you'll have no problem building this at all by the look of things. It looks like we've actually got 3 variants. So we've got the Proteus Carrier, which has got the kind of door at the front of it, the Explorator, and then we've also got an option for an Explorator with a hull-mounted weapon as well. So that's interesting. I'm a little bit torn on how I'm going to build this now. I think I will build it as the classic Explorator, just because that's the iconic Land Raider I remember. It's got plenty of guns on the side of it. So yeah, I think I'll go for that. But yeah, go through the steps on how to build those. Obviously you've got a different front panel for if you don't have that hull-mounted weapon too. I just like the stylings of that, so I'm going to build it like that. But I'm sure people have told me in the comments I'm better off just sticking the guns on the front of it, but no, it's going to look like that. It's going to be old school. And then yeah, the rest of it is very straightforward. We build the sponsons, they twist on, nice and easy. And obviously you've got that universal upgrade sprue as well, so all of the weapon options you can do on there is your optional upgrades. So yeah, really nice tank. So what we'll do is jump ahead to the future and have a look at this thing assembled. And here's a look at the finished Land Raider Proteus. Really enjoyed painting this up. I built it very old school, so it's not got the hull mounted weapon. I've gone for the vibe of the old school plastic Land Raider from Rogue Trader times. I obviously did my World Eaters colours, with them being able to take predators and stuff as fast attack. I thought, you know, why not? We'll have a bit of a World Eaters armoured company. And really quick one to paint up for the site as well. So obviously need to go in and add some transfers and add some detail, but really nice kit. Like with the other tanks, sponsons just twist off. So if you have got multiple different sponsons, you'll be able to kind of switch them out as well. So that's pretty handy. You've got a load of options on the top hatch for the weapons and equipment and stuff. Again, I've kept this fairly minimalist because I really wanted to kind of do a bit of a tribute to that original Land Raider, which was pretty bare bones. My only kind of slight upset in the kit is that there isn't a little armour track. I remember the old one having a little piece of armour track on the front of it. But yeah, it is a gorgeous kit. If we bring it up, have a look at some of the detail on the top as well. It is such a nice kit to paint. Now obviously gamers of a certain vintage will probably appreciate the old school Proteus more than the more modern one. This just screams Land Raider to me. Obviously a lot of people may have started the game where you know the current plastic Land Raider has been out a while now, so I guess that'll be iconic to a lot of people, but this really is a Land Raider to me. For a bit of a size comparison as well, I've also got a Predator as well, so it is a little bit bigger than a Predator. Obviously it's a lot taller, but yeah, they're both really nice tanks, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what we get in the future. Obviously majority of the tanks are now out. There's some different weapons for the Predator that we haven't seen released yet, so presumably they're going to be on the way soon. And the Sakaran's got some variants that we haven't got some weapons for. But I think that's all the kind of plastic ones that we've seen out. So yeah, perhaps we'd start to see some stuff like you know, Vindicators, Whirlwinds, some of them with a bit of a Heresy vibe. We've obviously got the Flyers as well. So yeah, there's still scope for more Space Marine vehicles they can bring out, but hopefully that means with the bulk of the kind of like main kits out, they should be able to start maybe releasing some kits for the Mechanicum, maybe the Astra Militarum, or the Solar Auxilia, even as they were back then. So yeah, I hope we get some non-Space Marine Heresy love soon, but yeah, it's been really fun being able to work on these. So yeah, so that was a look at the new Land Raider Proteus plastic kit from Games Workshop. As ever, massive thanks to Games Workshop for sending us one a little early to paint up and review for the site. We have regular Heresy posts and videos and news up on over on spruesandbrews.com and here on YouTube as well. So if you have enjoyed this video, why not give us a follow on here. Also, we're hoping to get some Horus Heresy battle reports up soon as well. As soon as I'm in the new studio, we'll start filming those too. So that's something exciting to look forward to. And finally, if you are picking up a Land Raider Proteus and want to help out the site, we do have an affiliate link to Element Games in the description as well. If you use that, we get a little bit of a kickback to help run the site, and you'll save some money too. So that was the Proteus. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.